Hello, guys. Good morning. Marcos de Andrade here. Today is March the 20th. And we're going to go over the euro dollar, Aussie dollar to do some multi time frame analysis. Let me fix my chair here. Sorry, guys. So it's the start of the week, and let's start from the top, from the weekly time frame, so we can get like an overall idea on how everything is looking. So here, right? Uh, we've been talking about this for a long time, but we have this push to the downside and the pullback. So right now, we because this weekly supply here, it aligns with the like with the this I mean the EQ, the equilibrium part, the 50% of this entire move, and after the pullback. So right now, this was a very good area, so we could see if price will continue the move down, or if this is going to be just like a reaction to come to mitigate this demand. And now we would start like even to make a deeper pullback, maybe to these supplies here. So like that's the weekly. We're still holding demand. The internal demand here is still holding, as you guys can see. We didn't break it here. So let's drop to the daily now. So the daily was a little it's a little tricky in this sense, because we are still making higher highs. Our swing daily is bullish, but like for us to continue the bullish move, so we had this push here, the pullback, and then what happened was, right here we had the first signal that we would start making higher highs to maybe break this high here. But instead, so we so let me just draw it here. So like we were following this like internal supply chain, and right here we had a chalk. But the thing is, like, we were supposed to hold price inside of this for us to start the new move. Yes, we could. This could just be a sweep of liquidity, but usually on the first move, you want to see it just going, right? Because like after the supply was broken, you want to see demand holding price somewhere here, and then so we could start the new move. But the fact is that we came, maybe, like if we just drag this supply here, it could just have been to mitigate that, right? So like it would come like pull back here, and then another push, and to pull back to the supply, to now start the new move. So this now could be a shock to the downside. So right now we could start seeing uh, so like a push to the downside, pull back to maybe come to this demand here. But right now we need to see, maybe like on the 4 hour, you see how big that move was. and and like we didn't close it below here, but right now we need to see how price is going to react inside of this area. Um, so it will probably be a good idea, since we are making internal highs on the just an internal structure here on the 4 hour. So it would probably be a good idea for us to wait for a 4 hour chalk to then start seeing it moving to the downside. But we could still just be waiting and like taking longs, but just keep in mind that we already reached this daily in the 4 hour. I mean, not the 4 hour yet, but the daily supply. uh, and this was the break that I told you guys. So this is a little confusing just based on the daily. It's just because, like I said, we had the bullish chalk to the upside, but then we had a break the demand. So this could probably just be like a mitigation of that, and then we could start seeing price making lower lows. The 4 hour, there's no much here different than the daily. We just had this strong push. It would have been better if for us to confirm the bearish move if we had the body close, the candle body close down here, but we didn't. So now price is still pulling back. On the 15 minute, uh let's see here. On the 15 minute, yeah, we can still see very clear, right? So we had this huge push, and right now we are making these internal highs, right? So just like by looking at this, for us to get a more confirmed like reversal of this, we would have to see like maybe if we have another push here, and then we would like start seeing the structure changing bearish to then like come to target these areas down here. But as of right now, it's just pushing. We need to see how it's going to react inside of this 4 hour and 15 minute zone too. You could possibly uh, take longs from here, but make sure that you have a very good signal that this demand is holding, since you already reached this supply area. It doesn't need to go all the way up there. We could reverse from here, for example, and start making lower lows. So let's see how it's going to react there. So let's jump to Aussie dollar now. The weekly. So the weekly, we are still bearish. We didn't close above that high. So this could, since we didn't have any fractal highs here, we possibly just came to sweep this high instead, right? So like we had like external range liquidity being taken to mitigate. Let me see if I, yeah, no, but like this one didn't mitigate the supply, and now with this huge push, we mitigate that, and this created this internal fractal low, and then we had the bearish chalk. So we could either now continue the move and maybe like pull back a little bit, maybe to this to continue down, or we could just like start making like lower lows until we reach this area here. Daily, um, so the daily on the Aussie dollar is a little cleaner than euro, because here we can clearly see that it has the swing is bearish and the internal is bearish. Like we haven't had like a strong pullback yet to see that this is the swing low. So right now it's still mitigating like internally these structures, and so we had a small chalk here on the middle of nowhere almost, and it's clearly like making um, like a bearish flag, you know. So we had this push here, and then price pull back inside, and then we had another push. So this could be just the pullback, the finish, the end of the pullback to continue the move down. Um, on the 4 hour, yeah. So on the 4 hour, it's a little even clear, more clean, because we had the 4 hour chalk. But again, right, so the market's not perfect. So here we need to just be looking, right. The swing is bearish, and the internal is bearish as well, but just keep in mind that we haven't had the like a deeper pullback yet. So price is still inside of this move, right? So like we're still on the push. We haven't had like a deeper pullback yet. So this could easily just like come here first, then to continue down. And like, so we had the bearish chalk here, but you can see that it came to mitigate this demand, right? So the the 4 hour chalk here could have been just to mitigate this, to sweep liquidity below this low, to fill the price to continue higher. So yeah, so right now we are kind of stuck between this supply and demand, right? But if we see price price reacting inside of this 4 hour here and giving us maybe like a 15-minute chalk to the downside, then we could like see that, yeah, now we have a confirmed bearish move. And then we would see this 4 hour fail, maybe a little pullback, but we would know that this is a weak low. As of right now, it's still a weak low because we still have this protected high here. Um, the 15-minute, same thing, right? So we have, so this the swing structure on the 15-minute, it turned bullish to come mitigate this 4 hour, right? But since we know multi-type analysis, we know that it's still right. Like if even if you just look at this, so price is still bearish on the higher time frame, and after we mitigated that 4 hour, the internal structure turned bearish, right? So here we closed below this, so because we had this push, the pullback, the push, so the internal was making higher highs, and now it changed to bearish. So it's still right. I'm looking. That was that move that I said that we could have been just to mitigate that 4 hour. We haven't mitigated the 15-minute zone inside here yet. So yeah, we could possibly be coming to these supplies, right? Let's see how it's going to react inside here to maybe take the lows, or even if we come here first, I would be looking for longs, maybe to one of these two areas. Like just a move like this, right? It could possibly give us like a 6 7 R like risk reward, and that will be plenty for the day and for the week, you know. So like just a small move with this strategy, it can give you a lot of reward. So right now I'm waiting. I have my alerts here on this demand and on this supply, and I'm just waiting to see which one is going to like hit first. That's a little tip for you guys too. um, Usually price will kind of magnetize, I don't know if that's a word, to the area that it wants to continue the move from first, right? It's not a rule, but like I've seen that happen in this example, right? Like maybe if it comes here first, that's because we have mitigated this 4 hour. Now we had the chalk here. Let me put a, so we had the chalk here to the upside, right? And so this could be the first signal that he wants to continue here. Even to continue this bearish move, we could take longs from here to one of these areas. And if it stops here and wants to continue down, we take shorts. All right. But don't try to continue with the longs here if it mitigates this daily and 4 hour supply first, because this would have been the the pullback would have just ended here, and then it would be entering counter trend. Hope you guys get that. All right, so right now I have my alert set, and waiting for more volume in the market. Right now it's kind of slow, it's too early, but yeah, we can just see how the market's moving and go from there. Hope you guys like the analysis, and let me know on the comments what you think about it. Subscribe, because I'll be posting a lot more analysis. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace up.